So I decided to try something a little new. I am going to be ranking every Forsaken map on Survivability. Let's get into it. Hey guys, Trellix here, and today we are going to pretty much be ranking the Forsaken maps on their survivability. Now, pretty much what I'm going to be doing is 1 is least dangerous, 10 is extremely dangerous.
Hello?
We're first going to be starting off with our first map, which is Brandon Works, and it is one of the 9 playable maps in Forsaken. Now, pretty much, it seems pretty, safe. It has maze-like wooden walls, and it pretty much has a castle. Now, there's not much about this map, so I'm going to say it's pretty safe, because there's nothing really about it. I'm pretty sure there is like the entrance of Brandon World, which is like super safe. It's like I think it's an amusement park, but it seems really safe. So I'm gonna give it around a 3 out of 10. Could be way more deadly, but that's Brandon's place. Let's move on to the next location.
It's me!
Well, next up is a incredibly dangerous one called the Horror Hotel, which is automatically a 10 out of 10. There is literally a mouth in the map that could literally eat you. Obviously, it doesn't actually eat you in the game, but if we're judging by everything else in this map, there are monsters, there is that giant mouth that can eat you in like one bite. It is terrifying. So obviously this map has to be a 10 out of 10. Not too much to talk about it, but it is a incredibly dangerous map, and it's just it's dangerous. I don't know what to say.
Ashes, ashes, they all fall down.
Now, next up is a little map called Yorexs Resting Place. Now, Yorexs Resting Place isn't too dangerous until you realize the water is literally poisonous. Imagine how much pollution is here, bro. That must be so dangerous. Poisonous water. That nobody is surviving that. If you step in it, it literally burns you. It's like acid. So this map is obviously not safe at all, which is why I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It definitely could be more dangerous, but the poisonous polluted water is just it's really dangerous. Not as dangerous as Horror Hotel though, which is why I want to give it that 8 out of 10. So it does have a mansion and there's nothing really dangerous besides that, but the poisonous water is the most dangerous thing. It acts like acid, which is why it's getting an 8 out of 10. Very dangerous.
Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies.
Next up is the Cool Carnival map, which is said to have been built by Cool Kid himself. Now, would that be possible without his dad's help? I don't know, but anyway, the map is an amusement park and it does not seem that dangerous overall. Honestly, I think I could live in this map. Now, it seems a little safer than Brandon's World just because you're kind of like you could actually like live in this map and Brandon's World is like a castle in a maze. So, I would honestly give this map a 1 out of 10 because honestly, I feel like you could definitely live in this map, but anyway, there's not too much to talk about it. Literally just a carnival amusement park. So, yeah, let's just move on to the next map.
My name is Cool Kid. Yeah.
Planet Voss. What makes you think you could actually live on this thing? Like, how do you expect to live on this? It's in space. If it's habitable, I don't know. It seems to have oxygen, but if it doesn't, then how is it supposed to survive on this? Like, we need more science on this planet. Yeah, there's trees, but could you live on it? It's in space. Could you survive? Is it possible? It's literally in space. Like, there's not much we know about this planet. Like, would it kill you when you step on it? Like, there's nothing we really know about it. It's just a planet. So how do we know it's habitable? If I step on this planet, would it kill me? So I'm honestly going to just give this an 11 out of 10. It's not even on the list. That's how dangerous this is. This thing, if you step on it, it will literally kill you in a second. That's how dangerous it is. 11 out of 10. It will just kill you in an instant. It's not possible to live on this. Like, it's not. I don't know how to explain that it's not possible to live on this. Like, if you get it, okay. But I feel like I don't even know what to say, but I'm gonna give it an 11 out of 10. Extremely dangerous. It's off the charts, but that's pretty much Planet Voss. It's impossible to live on. So yeah, it's an 11 out of 10. Let's move on to the next map.
There's only one left. How dubious.
Next up, we got the Glass Houses map, which really doesn't have anything. I mean, this map is only kind of deadly if you fall and hurt yourself on like the little cliff where you could get John Doe counter. John Doe can get you from there with the spike move, but anyway, it's kind of a really safe map, so there's nothing really deadly on it. So I think you would definitely survive this map, which is why I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. It's pretty safe, actually very safe. So that's why I give it a 2 out of 10. Anyway, let's move on to the next map. Now, next up are the Ultimate Assassin Grounds, which has a ton of ninja practicing stuff. Now, we don't know much about this map either. Like, are there ninjas that train there? We don't know much, but there is a slowness waterfall that gives you slowness too. Now, similar to the other map with poisonous water. This one has slowness water, which is also deadly, but it doesn't really do anything to you besides make you slow. Now, depending on science, which obviously this game isn't compared to, it probably would also be poisonous, but obviously it's not poisonous. So it could be dangerous just if we knew more about it, which is why I want to give it a 7 out of 10. It's dangerous, not that dangerous, but it's just enough to make you think what is there about it. I don't really know what to say about it, but that's the Ultimate Assassin Grounds and it's a 7 out of 10, but let's move on to the next map.
My name is 1X. Yeah.
Next up is a map called Pirates Bay, which you might think is more dangerous than you realize. Now, in the water, there it applies bleeding one, hinted at signs that there might be piranhas in the water, and it's the only way to obtain bleeding in the game besides Jason's attacks. Now, also, this map is showing a lot of things about like Easter eggs about all the killers. So this could tie a lot to the lore and maybe it could be very dangerous. So like it could be like how do I explain it? Like maybe a a killer meetup for the killers. It sounds stupid, I know, but this map seems a lot more dangerous than you think, and Piranha's pretty dangerous. But I also do think it's a 7 out of 10 because it's not as dangerous as Poison, which is why I do want to give it that because it's not as dangerous. So I think a 7 out of 10 is a nice fit. If we knew more about it, I think it would be higher. But 7 out of 10 right now is a perfect fit because bleeding piranhas, but we don't know anything else really about it, even though um, there's a ton of crash ships hinting at gas harpoon, like there's a gas harpoon graffiti. So there could be it could be a lot more dangerous than you think. So, but we as I said, we don't know much about it, which is why I want to give it a 7 out of 10. But anyway, let's just move on to the next map.
That's the girl in our target list.
And last but not least is the Underground War map. Now, this map is incredibly dangerous. So dangerous that I will give it a 9 out of 10. And that is just because there are guns and many things that you could find in this map. Obviously can't pick them up. But if we're going off of like accurate, there are guns, there are weapons, there are like all types of those things that could kill people in seconds. So the map is very dangerous even though it cannot really die there unless the killers come for you. Now, as I said accurately, incredibly dangerous, but in the game, not at all. Which is why I want to give it a 5 out of 10, right in the middle. It could be a 10, super dangerous. It could be a 1, not dangerous at all. You could only die from the killer. Now, each map is dangerous at some point, but I just think this map deserves a 5 out of 10 because you can't really pick up the guns and it's not really dangerous, so it kind of depends on what you view it as. Anyway, that is the last one, and let's move on to the end. If you made it this far into the video, thank you. Make sure to drop a sub. It's not needed to, but I really appreciate it. And I'm really going to start trying to put out more videos because I took a break for a while, but I'm ready to get back at it. And even if I don't post one video per day, I'm still going to try because these videos take a long time to make. So thank you just so much for getting me to this many subscribers. We're almost at 700, and I just really enjoy it, and just thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.